This is your Friday Night Lights podcast show.
Yo, checking in one time for your mind. Stay tuned for your Friday Night Lights every Monday, Wednesday night.
This is your Friday Night Lights podcast show.
I have to go see a man about a minute.
And you better not lose.
What's going on, good peoples?
What's going on, brother?
Can't call it.
How you been?
Been good. How you been?
Good around this part. Can't complain, won't do any good anyway, so why do it?
I know, right? Ain't like anybody gonna listen.
Nobody. I know I won't.
Oh man.
So we had an interesting football weekend, right?
All the way around from Thursday all the way through Sunday.
Thursday through Sunday. You hear me? Like, wow.
And we getting ready to shut it down tonight.
That's right. I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about it.
Yes. Boy. I'm kind of looking forward to this weekend too. Got some good games coming up this weekend. At least in high school anyway.
I think so. High school and college, there's a couple of them I'm interested in seeing, especially since it's about to, they're almost through in college. They're almost through with the cupcakes, and they're about to go into conference play. So,
Well, one too many cupcakes last week. I'm gonna say that. I know Notre
boy,
Dame, Nebraska, and
Texas A&M.
yeah, yep, bit off a little bit more than they expected.
And paid for the privilege.
I know, right? All of them got about almost 1.5 each.
Yes, just oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
It was. I laughed so hard. I had a good football Saturday. Only one thing made it like, but it was okay. But we won't say that because old EP might not like that.
I know, right?
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Old Texas just couldn't pull it off.
Had them.
He let him off the hook. But didn't the quarterback get injured? I think had he not gotten injured, it might have been a little different.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, if QB1 hadn't went down for Texas, I think it would have been a different game because he was lighting them up in the beginning.
He was just picking them apart. I think maybe they just kind of took him. They just kind of took him a little. They took him a little lightly. I don't anticipate Bama performing like that again anytime soon.
Okay, if that makes you feel good, okay.
I'm just saying. I don't anticipate it. I think they'll. I don't know. They kind of like Buford. They got a rabbit's foot. So,
Yeah, they definitely had one. What I saw was not the same Alabama that we were used to seeing. That offense just ain't the same.
No. Will Anderson lining up like that, getting those penalties, that threw me off. I was like, what's going on? I was not expecting that.
Well, my biggest thing with Alabama right now is you ain't got the receivers you used to have. Because Jermaine Burton ain't that dude like everybody thought he was gonna be coming in from Georgia. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Defense, yeah.
Nah, he might have wished he had stayed where he was, but yeah. Defense.
All you got is Will Anderson. That's all you got. We know where your weak spot is at corner because that got exposed in the national championship game, and Texas was exploiting it until QB1 went out.
Mm-hmm.
Cause what's the little man? I forgot the little kid, the little short receiver name, the little speedster. That joker was eating them up all night from the
Mm,
jump. The only problem was he just wasn't completing the catches. He missed what I know at least one touchdown he missed.
mm.
So yeah,
Wow. Yes. And me staying in the SEC West, when I tell you, because I like to go and look at comments and stuff to see where people's minds are. When I tell you the people in College Station are so unhappy. I mean, they are livid. Like and you know, they're just honestly, and I know Appalachian State is very good, but there is just no way possible that they should have lost that game considering the the disparity. I think Texas A&M has like 50 plus 4 or 5 star players. You know how many Appalachian State had?
how many?
One.
One.
One. And I think
Mm,
he's a 4 star.
mm.
And I saw the statistics on that game. Like they should be embarrassed. The statistics on that game are crazy. I'm gonna look them up one day. Um, it in a minute. If you give me a minute, I'll look it up now. It was,
Yeah.
I mean, it was so one sided. Okay, here we go. So the game stats: Appalachian State had 82 plays.
Mm-hmm.
Texas A&M had 38.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
Time of possession. Time of possession. Uh Appalachian State had 41 minutes and 29 seconds. Texas A&M 18
19,
minutes and 17.
19
41.
minutes.
Yes. 18 minutes and 17 seconds.
Okay. That those two stat lines right there speaks volumes if you understand the game.
Yes. Yeah. And when I tell you it was lopsided. Total yards, Appalachian State 315 to Texas A&M 186. Passing
Wow.
yards 134 to 97. Rushing yards 181 to 89. Appalachian State had 22 first downs. Texas A&M had 9. Now
Wow.
you are paying this man how much?
1.5 million. Oh, you talking about
9.5.
Jimbo Fisher?
Yes, he
A whole
started
lot of money.
out. He started out $7 million each, 7.5 million. Then they extended it, so he's making $9 million a year. And that's what you're paying for. And so there are rumblings about, his recruiting class, and they're not willing to stick around if because he plays Miami next, and then after
Yep.
that they play Arkansas. So what if he loses those 2 games?
Which is possible. The way they played.
Quite possible. So that's what, 1-3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's all I
That's
can
crazy.
say.
That's
Isn't that crazy?
that time of possession is what's killing me.
Yes.
Your defense on the field for 42 minutes.
Yes. How can you win like that?
You can't. I don't care who you are. You can't. I don't. No team can win like that.
No team can win like that. And all they I when I test they are so unhappy. Hey Elmo, how you doing?
Would not be surprised if they did the old switcheroo. But I don't see it happening though, because I think Georgia Tech gonna try and get Mr. Frost. If they
Oh,
if they current coach don't do anything, tell them to sit out because if they can hold off until January, they'll cut that buyout down by 3 million.
Oh wow. Which is another thing that surprised me. Why didn't Nebraska wait until October? They have to pay that man what, $15 million now?
I just would
If
have
they
waited
had
till the
waited
end of
until,
the season.
if they hadn't, they wouldn't have had to pay anything. If they had waited just a few more weeks, they could have pulled the trigger in October, and he would have been. Because what are you doing? I guess they're playing for a bowl, maybe looking for a bowl. I don't know, but
All I know is they just lost a bunch of recruits.
they did.
Because I know one recruit sitting in Ellenwood right now.
Oh really?
I bet you he comes out within the next 2 weeks and decommits and open his recruiting back up.
If he's smart, he would.
And
I
I
mean, and
wouldn't and I
it's
would go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No,
No,
I
you
was
go
just gonna
ahead.
I just wouldn't be surprised if he ended up in Arkansas or Louisville.
Oh yeah, the commit. Probably Arkansas. You know, it's a pipeline. So
Yeah.
what's up, yo?
What's going on, people?
Well
How you
good, Jimmy
doing?
Wayne.
Chilling, man. Who we talking about?
We just got through talking about. We've been just talking about a little college. We talked about Alabama and Texas, and then we just got through talking about Texas A&M and Appalachian State. And I pulled up the stats for that game. It was the differences were glaring, like
So
glaring.
who are we talking about committing?
No,
Um,
I ain't gonna say no names.
d-
I ain't saying no names right now.
yeah,
But we're talking about a kid up here in the Atlanta area.
Okay.
that's probably going to decommit from what, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I'll follow you. I know the.
But
Okay.
it's hard to get recruits in Nebraska anyway. It's too cold, and I mean it's not. I mean, what you gonna sell them on? Tom Osborne is gone.
Frost is gone.
Mm-hmm. Um, but yeah, I mean, he he has been gone for like. I mean, he's been up there for almost 5 years, and I don't know. He just had. I don't want to say bad luck, but it's like one possession losses. He had a whole bunch of them. They could have gone either way. They just never went his way.
Well,
Kind of.
part of it is too, he just ain't getting that talent that he was having, that Nebraska was used to having.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes. That'll do it.
yeah, that's half the problem right there. If you can't get the talent, what you expect to happen?
What happened? You lose
Yeah,
it to
exactly.
Georgia Southern.
Well, to
Yeah,
be fair,
exactly.
I don't think Nebraska has been getting that type talent for years. Even before Frost came.
Mm-hmm. They thought he would bring it back.
Yeah, because of what he did. But you got to understand, it's easy to recruit in Florida when you're getting studs because Miami and Florida State and all was down. So they
Mm-hmm.
wanted to come over and play with you. And you made a
Yeah.
name for yourself and kind of look good. But now you got to put in the work. You ain't just giving the keys. You got to actually earn them. And I think that's where he failed.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said yesterday, he'll end up. Well, Mike brought up a point that I didn't even think about. Him possibly getting a job at Tech after the season ends.
Because Tech got their coach on the hot seat right now.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
then with Tech too, it's difficult to recruit there too, because
Yeah,
that's
you got major.
you gotta have those grades. Like they ain't no way around it.
I mean, the biggest seller, you downtown Atlanta. You can't beat that. But if you don't drop your academic requirements, it's hard to recruit at Tech.
Mm-hmm. Same with Notre Dame. Same with Notre Dame. But yeah, that's that. So, hey J-Bo, how you doing? How's your son? I hate to hear he got injured last last Friday. We wish him well and pray that he has a speedy recovery. We surely do. It was a tough one for you over there in Macon, but hopefully you'll bounce back.
Man, hold on. I'm sorry. Can we? I got to get this out.
Yes,
These
terrible
Carver,
human being. I knew you were coming.
these Carver Columbus fans. So I'm gonna lay the foundation. A couple of weeks ago, when they jumped up to number two in the AJC poll, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were happy. We coming for the number one spot. So I made the comment on a post in another group that no team from Region One will see that number one spot this whole year. And I made that for a reason. Because if Cedar Grove falls out of that number one spot, Calvary Day is going into it. And nobody on this panel can see Calvary Day losing.
Mm-hmm.
So this past Sunday, when I put up the new 3A poll, seeing that number two, Carver Columbus, got kicked out, they feelings hurt.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, butt hurt. Panties in a bunch, whatever you want to call it. Somebody done stole their candy. Somebody done took their ball into your home. Somebody done stole their bicycle off the front porch. Mad.
Terrible. You're terrible, man. You're terrible.
So I'm sitting up here going through Facebook right now in a particular group, and somebody posted Carver Columbus still number two. Which poll you think they posted?
The GPB poll.
Probably Mac.
GP? No. It was GPP poll. Dude. They ain't even the top 10 on Max Prep. GPP poll is what they posted. I think we can
Uh,
all agree that GPB holds just as much crap as wet toilet tissue does.
Okay. J-Bo is in the comments. First of all, he said his son has a hamstring injury, but he's good. And he said his feelings weren't hurt. They just got to get better.
I didn't say it, J-Bo. I didn't say it was you. You weren't on the post. Well, I think you said one thing and kept it moving. But there was one individual on that post that kept talking. And I'm gonna say the same thing to the panel and to the listeners that I told this guy because he got to talking about Cedar Grove. So I said this: Carver Columbus ain't never and never will beat Cedar Grove. Dude gonna tell me Carver Columbus and Cedar Grove ain't never played.
Don't speak
Okay,
too soon, my friend.
okay, my bad. You know what? I can't even talk to you because obviously you don't want to do your homework, dog. You don't want to realize that Cedar Grove has already beaten Carver Columbus before in the past.
Okay.
Because one thing we try and do on here is talk is spit the what facts, right?
Yes.
If you're gonna say something, you better have receipts for it.
Better be able to back it up.
And I think we've already showed that receipt when the new regional alignments came out, unless I need to show it again.
I don't think so, Mike.
Okay.
I think they know, mate.
Okay. And Mr. EP, what's gonna slow me down?
What, Mike? What?
What's gonna slow me down? See, because you got to understand the basis of that. You got to understand the basis of that statement.
Man, calm down. That ain't that serious. See the
So
girl gonna meet their demise. See the girl gonna meet their demise. It is what it is. It gonna happen in due time. Just be patient, my friend.
they ain't gonna be there because they ain't gonna see us. One way or another, they're not gonna see us. Oh, here go the post. What's that dude? Oh, it was in. Oh, you know what? It was in our group. That's where the post was at.
Mike,
Yeah.
Yeah.
while you looking for that, who y'all got out of Region 1? Is it the 4th team or the 3rd team?
Out of Region 1.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me go back and look at the bracket. What happened to the feature post on here? Oh, there we go. There was a feature post. Let me see, because we put the brackets up on the featured. Who put the bracket down?
Hello.
Hey, baby.
Hey, Chef.
Hey, y'all.
What's going on?
Yeah, somebody took the bracket
Nah,
down off the
running
feature.
around.
All right, so we looking at Region 1. It'll be Team 3 over there if they make it to the quarterfinals.
Okay. Because it's a great possibility that all that can be solved at that time. Because for the way things are going, you probably looking to call Columbus being Region 3 in Region 1.
You really think they're gonna get past Calvary Day?
Oh, no.
Wait, hold on. Let me make sure. Hold on, let me make sure I'm talking the right thing. Region 3.
3? Region 3
Yeah.
won the Calvary Day.
Yeah, you think they're gonna get past Calvary Day?
No.
Like I said, there's a basis to my statement.
Understood. Now I understand totally. You terrible being
You see, because we had already talked about this bracket when we laid it out. What, last week, couple of weeks ago?
you. Uh-huh.
Yeah, we played it out. We figured Region 3 Team 1, Region 5 Team 1 will probably be in the quarterfinals because of the way the brackets were set up. So, like I say, the only way they're gonna make it past the quarterfinals is if they take the 2 seed or the 1 seed.
Okay.
And
And if we going off of what we think, if you got the 2 seed, you're facing Cedar Grove in the semis, and if you got 1 seed facing Cedar Grove in the semis, 2 seed should be facing Peach.
1 seed, yeah, 1 seed to see the top dog. Right now, I'm gonna be honest. When I say top dog, I'm saying Calvary Day, Cedar Grove. I.e. on that left hand, on that top right part of the bracket. Okay, that's all I'm talking.
Uh-huh.
That's who Team 1 will see in the semifinals, either Cedar Grove or Calvary Day. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're gonna see one of those 2 teams.
Because they number 1 is lower right bracket.
Correct. Wait, no. I'm sorry. Their number 2 team is lower right. Their
Mm-hmm.
number 1 is top left.
So they number 1 can see Peach if Peach go through theirs in the semis.
Mm-hmm.
Man, how good would an old Chris County Peach County rivalry for the championship would be?
Y'all see Christmas coming as number 1 out of that region?
I was just saying,
No.
that region. I still say Thomasville. I think Thomasville, with the region being wide open like it is, I think Thomasville is really the only battle-tested team. Although they're winless, they have faced 3 good teams. So I still think Thomasville get in region play and be ready to go and kind of run through that region.
Cam Davis said he got something to say about that.
I mean, I can't take nothing away from it. That's a bad boy. But that bad boy is a one-man show, and he been kind of suffering with some non-region games on teams that he shouldn't be suffering with.
Aha.
I.e. Stockbridge. I think they did put a little slacking on Hateville Charter, but Hateville Charter is not Hateville Charter old.
Yeah. Elmo said you still gotta account for other things going wrong during the season, like an injury breakdown with teams and things of that nature.
Well, we all know that. Just like Mike and I was doing the show last week, and we was talking about the brackets, and EP came on like it's too kind of early to be talking about the playoffs. But if you looked at any of the pre games for the NFL, they was already picking their Super Bowl winners. Like that's just what people do. You know, we know different things can happen. It's got a long season to go. But to just kind of get out on front of things and say who you think and what you think gonna play out, you know, we know injuries can play in. We know a lot of different things can play in to affect that. But, you know, just to kind of put it together, like now, I stand on what I said. I like to see Peach and Cedar Grove finally being on the opposite side of the brackets if they should go on and be number one seed respectively in their region. I would like to see that repeat for them in the state championship because that's the only way we can get them dethroned from being the top right now is to beat them. And I would like to beat them for the state championship. That's how I see it playing out.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie though. That bottom left where Peach gonna be at, where that Region 2 team one gonna be at. That
Yeah,
quarterfinal, that quarterfinal gonna be a good one though against Oconee.
yeah, if Oconee be that number one, but here's the thing: all depending on the coin flip. If we gotta go to Walkersville, it might be an issue. But if they come to Death Valley, I think we'll take them this year.
And you know what? Speaking of that, I had a conversation. I forgot who I was having a conversation with today, but the conversation was about the playoff. Oh, I was talking to one of the players' dad today, and I told him, man, all depends on that coin flip if we get to play Calvary Day up here in Ellenwood or not.
Yeah,
But and then I also told him, but with us riding so much on the road during the season, having those two home playoff games, if we get the number one seed, having those two home playoff games gonna be cool. But traveling on the road ain't gonna be nothing because we done did it all year.
out doing it all year.
So we good on playing in that adverse situations, then having all that boo stuff throw down at us, playing at somebody else's house ain't gonna bother us.
Well, it's a good thing you don't make the trip and don't have to worry about the trip in Watkinsville because I know we're a podcast show going out hopefully nationwide right now. I still stand on what I said. It's a lot of places that's different from playing a home team and playing a home team that get home cooking.
Yeah, but then when I get about the third, I thought I still had.
I see.
Mike,
All right. We got to get EP to mute his microphone.
no, that was L.
Oh, okay.
J-Bo
L
said
came
my
on.
son. I'm just reading J-Bo's comments. He said his son. First of all, he said his son said thank you for the prayers. And if y'all want to double back, and then we can come back. But he said we can't be anyone playing ball like that. I'm assuming he said they, as in Northeast. I'm assuming that's what he was talking about. He said they didn't do anything special. We just didn't play well at all. They were the better team. No excuses over here. This was a wake-up call for us. Northeast is an underrated team, in my opinion, but Carver will bounce back.
I
So,
mean, J-Bo, let's be honest. Let's be real about your team. Your team don't show up until the third quarter.
boy.
And that's what's hurting you.
And I guess that's what he's saying, that now they realize because what they've been doing is they haven't been doing anything in the first half, but then the fourth quarter comes on, and then they come on like gangbusters. But they were not able to do that this time. So I'm assuming what J-Bo is saying is that this is a wake-up call for them to realize, hey, we cannot do that.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not gonna put words in nobody's mouth. We
I'm
all
just
got a
going.
mouth. That's what he need to speak. That's what he need to say, cause that's all we saying.
That's context clues.
Yeah. No. Be real about your team. Be real about your team. If Peach County fans can come on here and be honest and real about their team, Carver Columbus can do the same.
And real quick, big ups, J-Bo, to your son. Glad he's okay. And look forward to him, getting well and finishing up the season strong. Now, with that being said, I got to commend J-Bo, though, for sticking in because to take that loss, that ugly loss, a lot of fans would have tucked their tail and hid. So big up J Bo for standing in and repping his team. Now,
Facts on
Yes.
that.
Mike make a great point. We know the victory was ugly. We know they was the better team. The score showed that. But it does make sense. Hopefully, we were saying that you all understand that you can't go out lollygagging and playing. What I think is you overlook a 2A Northeast, and that kind of bit you in the butt, kind of like you did with Hardaway and your other games. You know you should be a heavy favorite, and you come in playing and allow these teams to jump out on you, or you hang around and then you try to pull the like Jed say, you try to damn be a game buster. Then hopefully this is a wake up for you, and you just start out the gate playing Carver football, and hopefully it be successful for you. But if
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
Jimmy Wayne.
keep playing,
There's a comment. J-Bo said it's more to the story. He just can't speak on it on live. I want to know.
respect,
Okay.
brother. We can get you on a private conversation if you can share that, if you care to share that with us. But we understand. We know. We speak
Hey,
behind
yo.
the scenes.
Yo.
Yeah, bro.
Yo,
Yeah, bro. Go ahead, Mo.
This is your Friday Night Lights podcast show.
yo, check it in one time for your mind. Stay tuned for your Friday Night Lights every Monday, Wednesday night.
This is your Friday Night Lights podcast show.
All right. Back from our commercial break.
Okay.
Right
Brian
back to
said,
action.
yeah. Brian said these Perry fans are running their mouths. It's a few of them at his job, and he can't wait until Friday.
Brian, good point. You know, I was trying not to speak on this Perry Peach game with me.
Not yet, anyway. Was trying to hold off until Wednesday.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I'll tell you like this, Brian. Perry got a good team. I can't take
They
nothing.
do. You can't take that away from them. Don't think it's gonna be an easy cupcake.
It depends on what show up. If we show up and play Peach County football, I guarantee a victory. But I will not stand here and say Peach is finna do what they've always done to Perry in the last 30 years. We better have our game face on. We better be ready to play going down.
Credit card.
Yep. I mean, we all got the same. We all gonna say the same thing come Friday. Which Peach County's gonna show up?
Exactly.
Right.
So that's the main thing. We know Peach County know their problem. We just don't know which one is gonna show up.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
leave that at that. I mean, that's the biggest question, and that's not gonna get answered until Friday.
Well, I'll tell you this. With the shakeup that we had, I think what we saw last Friday should be what carry us through the season. That's all I'm gonna speak on that.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna say this for y'all. I mean, because a couple of teams are in this same boat in 3A right now. There's some teams in 3A they got a tough stretch of games coming up, particularly Carver of Atlanta. All right, they got a tough stretch of games coming up. With that being said, Peach County, you in the same boat. In a way, Cedar Grove is in the same boat. These next three games, it's not going to dictate it's not going to dictate the season, but it will be nice to win at least 2 out of 3, going into region play on a positive note.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Yes,
Because
that is
the
true.
The stretch of games, Mike, like you said, with those three teams you just spoke of, Carver, Atlanta, that is, Peach,
Yeah.
and City Grove. You win these games and go into your region with your head held high. Man, I can see the run being made all the way through to, like I said, that championship game. Now, again, I don't want to reiterate on it too much. You know, we got kids, parents that like to listen, but I say one thing. The move that was made on last Friday should propel the Peach County Trojans throughout the season.
well, real fast. I know people are curious, so I'm finna pull up Carver Atlanta's schedule for the next 3 games so people can understand what I'm talking about. All right, which y'all will see tomorrow. Well, y'all gonna see what they got. But Carver Atlanta has Buford on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
Good goobly goo.
They're at Buford.
Good goobly goo. Mm-mm.
They're at Peach County.
Mm-hmm.
They got Monday's meal at home, and then turn around and get Sandy Creek at home in a
Wow.
region game.
Ooh,
Wow.
ooh, a gauntlet.
And they get a break. They got a cupcake in there with Doug Atlanta, but they close out region play against City Grove.
So, yep.
All right. Everybody pretty much knows City Grove schedule. Just to run it down, so if you don't know and you've been hiding up under a rock all summer, we at Mill Creek on Friday. Go to Colquitt County next week. Go to St. John's in D.C. at the end of the month. And then we got a cupcake, i.e. Doug's, with a much deserved week off in there before we play them, and close out against Sandy Creek and Carver Atlanta. Now, what I was as far as Peach, they had between having Northside, Jones County, and Perry. That 3 game stretch there was gonna mean a lot for y'all season rolling in the region play, in October.
Agreed.
But also in there, you got to throw in Carver Atlanta at the end on September 30th at the end of the month.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. So basically, y'all are hoping to finish this little stretch off 5-1 because you already lost the North Side.
Yeah.
That's the
So
goal.
yeah, as you said, I think it was last week, y'all can either be 1-5, 5-1, or somewhere in between, but you
Yep.
want to be 5-1.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I mean, it's a lot of a couple of people got some gauntlets to go through going into region play before region play gets started, and even some of us got some gauntlets in region. So
One thing about it, I've never used this slogan. I didn't understand this slogan. So I only see it after hearing my sister Jessica say it a lot. They say iron sharpens iron. So going through this gauntlet, don't that prepare you for your region play? Because
yes, it should.
Mary Person has now taken a nice ranking.
I
Mary
was
Person has
surprised.
gotten in. Yes, Mary Person has gotten in the top 10. And if everything is set up the way it should be for Mary Person, I really don't see them losing another game until they face Peach. But you never know,
I mean, are they gonna lose at least one more game? Cause they gotta play Princess Avenue Christian.
Well, I still like my chances with Mary Person because that game is in Mary Person in Forsyth, correct?
No, it's at Princess Ave.
Wow.
They gotta go to Princess
Right.
Ave. Yes,
Right.
yes.
Look at the private message and try it again.
Okay, we'll do.
That makes a difference going up there.
Yeah.
I'll be back on, guys. My charging is not charging, so I got to find my other charger real quick.
Okay,
Okay.
baby. Now, the Mill Creek game for Cedar Grove.
hmm
Everybody know if you look at my name, it's a Lego hater. Everybody know how I feel about Cedar Grove, and let me be clear: I don't hate the program. I don't hate the kids. I just hate that they are winning and on top right now, where I want my team to be. So let me just say that first off. Now, with that being said, the gauntlet of a schedule that you all have went through with the trip to Bainbridge. I don't care what Bainbridge doing, making that trip after a 2-day notice and winning with the weather that you had to endure. That's a big win. I don't care what nobody say.
Oh,
Going over
definitely.
to Westlake, and going up to Collins Hill and pulling out victory. If Cedar Grove can somehow pull this victory out Friday against Mill Creek, I have to tip my cap to them and realize that they are a force to be reckoned with.
And I'm
I
gonna be
mean,
honest
yeah,
with
you
you.
can wait till Friday. I'll do it now. But yeah, definitely Friday.
I'm gonna
We
be honest with you. I'm just looking to go 1-3 through this next 3 weeks.
Yeah, if you can go 1-3 out of all these three teams, if you can pull at least one victory out. Now, like I
Between,
said, if you win all three, we know what that is. If you
mm,
win 2 out of 3, Mike, you man. But if you win 1 out of 3, you still in good shape. What you don't want to do, and it's what I've been speaking of all summer long, is start crushing those kids, especially having a high right now after beating your first 3 opponents. If
yeah.
they go 3 down now and it start messing with their psyche, that's the only thing I would be afraid of.
Well,
yeah.
the good thing with that is, one, after St. John's and DC, they got a week off, and they come back and open a region play against Doug to give them a lift.
Yeah, they'll score 100 on Doug and then be feeling good about themselves all over again.
Exactly, and that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at.
Jeremy Mike asked Jeremy asked, are y'all still playing that team out of DC?
Yeah, as of today, yes. As of today, yes. And that's my answer, and I'm sticking to it for now.
There it is. I don't see why you would.
I do,
Yeah,
but
well, it's gonna happen. You know
but
that's
yeah,
what's scheduled. That's what's gonna happen. Y'all will be
yeah,
playing St. John.
okay.
Y'all be
I,
playing St. John.
yeah. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I ain't gonna speak on that. That ain't my place to speak on, not publicly anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave that sitting right there. All right, moving on. I'm gonna go take a look at I'm gonna take a look at Carver Columbus schedule, remaining schedule. See what they got coming up real fast.
And don't they only have about one game left before region play?
Not sure. I'm finna tell you in just a second as soon as I get to it. Carver Columbus. They are at Hateville Charter, and then Hateville Charter in 2 weeks. That's on a Thursday night. Wow. Okay. And then they open up on the at the end of the month with region play against Columbus.
Hmm. Yep. One more game to kind of fix what you got to fix, J-Bo, before your region play start.
Yeah, they play next Thursday at Hateville Charter. So take this week off, man, and regroup. So yeah, take this week off that you got, regroup, and you guys need to put up a good. You guys need to play Carver Columbus football on Thursday next week
And I
before
Okay.
and I
before
guess
you go into region play.
I guess that's the only positive you can look at coming out of that Northeast loss is the bye week and one more game to kind of tighten up some things before going into region play. Because if this Northeast loss was the week before you start region play, then you might be looking at some danger over in Carver Columbus. A bad loss like that, and you got to start region right after that, and you still don't know if you fix those kinks that caused that bad loss. That's dangerous, man. And with a tight region like you have, it only take one loss to keep you from winning the region.
Yeah, because like I said, you got a tough stretch in the region because you got Thomasville, Chris County back to back,
Back to back.
and the only way somebody's gonna win the region either you gonna run the table or you are gonna have some help,
Yeah.
and then you close out the season
At
playing
dark.
Doherty.
Wow.
Yeah, playing Doherty, but luckily you got them at home though. So yeah, we're gonna see how. Just matter how that's gonna play out. Like looking at Chris County, they got Northside. Luckily, they got a week off to get prepared to go to Northside next week, next Friday, and then they open up region play against Doherty. But they close out region play going to Thomasville.
Mm.
I mean, that's a hard. I mean, that's a hard stretch right there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then let me find Thomasville. Taking a look at Thomasville, they got Tiff County this week. Open up region play at Monroe, Carver, Columbus, and close out at Doherty, and with Chris County coming to them.
See, that's the thing about Thomasville. Looking at that schedule, I think is favorable because I
Mm,
think they beat Till. I think they go into that first week of Monroe and beat Monroe. Now you're riding a 2 games high, going into you won your first region game and your last out non-conference game, non-region game, and I think they roll with that. It could come down to that Chris County traveling to Thomasville for the region.
yeah,
Monroe, J-Bo, Monroe gave Darty a run for their money. Oh no, I'm not. I'm sorry. It wasn't Monroe. Who did they play first?
who was that?
Darty.
Oh,
Are you
Doherty.
asking about Monroe
No, you
area?
talking about Doherty. You talking about Doherty, right? Doherty win on the start of the season off.
Yeah, to start the season off.
Westover.
Westover, yeah, another Alabama team.
And
I'm not sure what Monroe is like this year.
now looking at Monroe, if we take a look at Monroe at the Tornadoes, they beat Mitchell County.
Should
They
have won.
got blowed out at Cairo, 28-3. Beat Seminole County 37-0.
Okay.
Beat Westover 12-7. And now they got Randolph Clay coming up this weekend.
3-2 going into region play because they should easily handle Randolph Clay. But
And then they open up region play against Thomasville. Luckily, it's at home, but then they on the road for the next 2 region games at Chris County and at Doherty.
well, the Doherty game is pretty much a home game for them.
Okay.
I'm just thinking about what Doherty did with Westover versus what Monroe did with them.
Monroe's in that region too, right? We just don't pay attention to them. Is that it?
Yeah, we kind of dubbed them to be the fifth in team, and that's our team out.
Well, how crazy would it be that they made it in another and the ones we anticipated, one of the ones we anticipated not making it in? That would be a complete and utter failure.
You talking about Monroe making it in?
Yeah.
If the Tornadoes make it in, and the Tigers, the Cougars, and the Bulldogs. So, I mean, if and one of them don't make it and the Tornadoes make it in, I'll be the first one to eat crow because I just don't see it happening.
I don't either, but I'm just saying. Stranger things have happened. I mean, look at Saturday's game.
I agree.
It is. Hey, it's gonna be what. All I'm gonna say is, which one of them top 4 don't make it in, and Monroe do, you might well go and hide up on the rock for real.
I agree.
J-Bo has a good question. He said, I wonder what they will do if the top 4 teams only lose 1 game in the region. Will they do a head-to-head?
Yeah, I think they go by points.
Yeah.
Hey, that's all I can say is you better score a lot and give up none.
Yeah. Because
that's all I can say.
Yeah, that's the most widespread tiebreaker go to right there is points scored and points for. So if you score a lot and give up partly none, then you might be winning the region off of technicality.
Well, also, who that, J-Bo? You might want to reach out to Bethany Wood at Crick County and figure out what the tiebreaker situation is. Because that's your region secretary. And they can tell you exactly what's going to happen if it's a 4-way tie, how they going to break it and set the seeds.
Well, unfortunately, it can't be a 4-way tie.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying because, I mean, you can have 2 I know you can have two, and you may can get three with Monroe playing a spoiler in there somewhere, but you definitely won't get all four of them. You know, they can't all just beat up on each other. One beat one, one beat one, one beat. That won't be able to happen. One team is gonna have to beat another one. So you got to have at least one somebody with a clear cut. So you might have two at the top, or either, like I said, what I think it will be in 2 and 3 spot might be tied. And you got a tiebreaker there, which I think the tiebreaker should go to Chris County over Carver Columbus.
Mm. What games? He said they don't do mini games anymore.
No.
What is a mini?
I don't know what that is.
Well, I think that was only sub regions. You know, when you trying to get into the playoffs and you have sub regions and both teams are tied, so they have what they call like a little mini play-in game type.
Oh, they play that Monday. Like they play that
Yes, they
Monday or
did
something.
that back when they had sub regions and you had so many teams, and you know you really couldn't determine. Now they didn't go with points for and points against though, so that's why I think now that's why it's a widespread thing on points now, because they cut out that mini game play-in type thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I had completely forgotten about that mini
Yeah.
game.
And you know what? It's hard to beat a team twice. So you really like if I beat you, let's say Carver Columbus beat Chris, and they lose to Thomasville and lose to Doherty, and Chris and Thomasville are tied trying to get that play in.
Mm-hmm.
Doherty beat them once. It's hard to beat them again. You know what I mean? Then Chris beat them. Chris go to the playoff. Doherty stuck at home, and you're looking at the fact that dang, but we beat them in the season though when it mattered. So
It's
that's
tough.
why I like that play in stuff.
That's tough.
Yeah. Oh, one question: if Mike and Jess, if y'all know, in that points for and points against,
Mm-hmm.
are they just going in region?
No,
Because
total.
that's what I hate. Because think about a tough non-region schedule versus a cupcake non-region schedule. You know what I mean? Like, how fair is that?
Yeah, because let's see who did. Well, they didn't do that.
Well,
but Chris played
you know
Newman
what?
Kemp. You know.
I'm going to assume they taking total because that's what it looked like to us last year when we had the tiebreaker situation with
That's the creek.
with Sandy Creek. So,
But I
and that's
mean,
and that's what I'm basing my answer off of.
yeah, and that makes sense. I guess you would look at that, but man, if that's the case, I think if it ever bit someone and it wasn't a true victory, like again, if Sandy Creek and Cedar Grove tied this year, and Sandy Creek scored the most points because they're playing no schedule like Cedar Grove is playing, you know, that's hard to just say, okay, you win the region when Cedar Grove had a gauntlet of a schedule that they had. I think it should just be region play because you got common opponents then, and you can see what was done.
Well, let me see if I can find something real fast then. Let me see. I'm already on the GHSA website, so let me see if I can find something.
CA, what's going on, man? Your comment that NCAA has been crying that for years. I don't know if you meant crying or trying, but what are you speaking on?
Hey, Terry. I mean, T.A. Excuse me.
Yeah, don't be doing my brother like that. Don't be calling out his name like that. He government.
I'm sorry. I ain't call out his whole name.
Not his whole name. At least you cut it short, didn't you?
I'm sorry. It's a habit.
ATA, them Wildcats look good. Oh, weak schedule.
Weak
Yeah.
schedule. Yeah.
Them Wildcats looking good, TA.
Yes, they are.
And that does make sense what he's saying, because when you think about it, and I'm so glad this year the Notre Dame Fighting Irish has been getting their butt whooped. Because I'm tired of them with this non-conference schedule type thing, and they just making their way into playoffs talk. And they
Doing
always
whatever they want to do.
yeah, I always try to act like they play such a hard schedule, but they pick and choose who they play. You know what I mean? Like, don't keep talking to me about playing Stanford. Like, Stanford is a American stick or something.
Hey, wow, that's funny. But shoot, man, the way things looking, but they're gonna take a loss to USC at the end of the year.
Oh yeah, I mean, now that's the thing. USC is back up to speed. Let's say that now. But
Well, they
don't
get
talk about
yeah.
I've been playing USC and Stanford non-conference and this right here. You know, they played in the ACC schedule.
Yes.
The year before, COVID year.
Yeah, the COVID year.
Yeah. And they didn't win it. Then the Clemson beat them, right?
Yep.
So they didn't make the playoff because of the non-conference. I mean, the conference game. So that's the point that I'm saying. Get into a conference, make a name for yourself in that conference. Then you can talk. Until then, picking and choosing, that don't matter.
Can I just say this about Notre Dame? And I'm sorry I know that there are Notre Dame fans out there, but they've been wetting the bed for years.
Agreed.
Like because they are who they are, they get put in these positions and they wet the bed every time.
Every time. Like they give it the keys to the new Ferrari and they go out there and crash it every time.
Crash it every time. That's why, I have not liked them since they lost to Colorado. So that was in 91. When Georgia Tech had to be co-champions.
Co-champions.
Yes, because if Notre Dame beats Colorado, then Georgia Tech is outright champion.
Man, I'm sorry, that was Catholic versus convicts, part 2 right there. That's what that was.
Yeah. Colorado was bad. They really were.
Yeah.
But they were Rocket Ishmael, this, that, and the other. And it just,
All right, but to answer the question on the tiebreaker, according to the bylaws, the basically the region secretary, they have the tiebreaker procedure. They're responsible for instituting the tiebreaker procedure. So whatever each region, I don't know if it's different, but I know for Region 5, they use points. They go points allowed, points for.
Well,
so
y'all region secretary last year must be a Cedar Grove grad.
Let me see. That's a good question. Let me see. Let me see.
Grad.
Let me see. Who is the secretary?
You know what, J-Bo? We completely forgot about that. Central Phoenix City lost last Friday. Of course they did.
I that in the message because they always had their chest poked out when people lost. They are part of this group, and I have heard nothing from no one from Central Phoenix City.
And just like our region secretary sitting over there at Doug.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Back to the Central Phoenix City. In the words of my sister Jessica Abram, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
That's right. And don't come on here next week when y'all start winning. We don't want to hear from you.
Yeah. And they lost against Opelika.
And they don't sound too good.
They said it was home cooking. They said they had a couple of calls go against them and everything that people say that they always talk about making excuses and all of that. But I hear a lot of excuses coming out from over at Phoenix City right
now. Well, don't come on here, y'all win. We don't want to hear from you.
I know, right?
Struggling. Thompson was struggling. They lost 2 games in the beginning. Buford and someone else beat them.
Really?
And if I'm not mistaken, maybe I have to check and see. I think they got IMG next.
Ooh.
Is that Opelika?
No, Central Phoenix City. They lost to Opelika. Friday. And I
See, I
think
thought they played IMG Friday, so they lost to Central. So they lost to Opelika
they
Friday.
lost to Opelika.
Ooh. Well, the ride home wasn't that bad.
Now, he just 15 minutes down, 431, but, 220, what it is. But one thing about it, they got IMG coming in.
Ooh. That's not going to be pretty at all. Woo.
Oh, there you go. Central. Oh. No, they got IMG on the 23rd.
So that's the week after.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
But that's looking good.
Either way it goes, it don't sound good for them.
It's going to be ugly. Real ugly.
Mm.
Better than me, though.
Well, I think Central Miami Central might have something to say about that, though.
Oh, really?
They got
Miami Central gave IMG their only loss this year. They only lost in a long time.
Really?
And
So,
it was some controversy in that game, but it still goes in the record book as a loss.
that's true. So, do they play a national schedule too?
that's all they play.
Yes.
I know IMG. I'm talking about the school that they play.
Miami Central?
Yeah.
Miami Central plays a national schedule also.
What about St. Thomas? Aquinas. Is that what it is?
St. Thomas Aquinas, is
Yeah,
it?
they play a
Aquinas.
national schedule.
Aquinas. I'm sorry. I never knew how to say that.
Well,
But yeah, they play a national schedule. If you're talking about who I think you're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah.
and highly ranked.
Mm.
See,
This
most
is
of these schools. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I want to say most schools you calling out are private schools anyway. They're not public schools.
I didn't know. I know nothing about that. I just know that I hear their names. So I didn't know.
Well, I know Miami Central is. They're a public school, city school. But all of them other ones that you're talking about, definitely not.
Oh, I know that.
He's kind of graduate. He was the coach of the week in Florida athletics.
My classmate, shout out, Quiz. I ain't gonna call you government. Your whole government. Shout out, Quiz. Good job.
Quizzy.
Real proud of you, brother. Real proud of you. He's a good dude and very smart.
And shout out to, while we're speaking on Florida, shout out to them Florida Gators. They were who we thought.
Yeah.
They always thought they were.
Hey, yeah, shout out to them. We caught that L's. Man, one thing about me, I can take that kitchen though. We took that L. I own up to that.
Well, you got about 2 or 3 more coming your way this season, so
I hear you.
At least one.
I hear you. Don't worry about it, cause like you caught them little 40. I'll catch you. I'll catch them little 40 back from you. Cause next time, I'm gonna bet it big next time.
Okay, you gonna lose some more. Number 15. Who's number 15, Terrence? I mean, T8. Who's number 15? Oh, he's home.
15.
Hey, shoot that down, Mo. Shoot that down where he talk about with them Gators.
Hey, you got through by the skin of your teeth while you shoot something down, buddy.
Oh yeah. Number 15 in high school.
Alabama has been exposed on defense.
I think so.
Shout out to Bryce Young, because if he don't duck under that all that blitz that they called on him,
yes,
and scramble for that first down, Alabama will probably be ranked out of the top 10 this week. So shout out Bryce Young. You saved y'all season for now.
That boy is good. He really is. He really is.
The same about the Alabama Crimson Tide, though.
They maybe, some people were saying you're just not giving Texas enough credit, though. It's not,
Texas played a hell of a game, man.
they did.
I don't care what nobody say. To go in halftime 10-10,
I
man,
don't know what kind of credit you want Texas to get, but this is the same Texas that lost 5 games last year. Like, I don't know what you want me to say.
you can't say nothing there because they had Ricky Williams, Vince Young, them. They have always had a nice team.
Texas is a historic blue blood program. Texas have national championships.
Yeah.
Texas consecutive double-digit win team. They lost that stellar though. In the last 5-6 years, Texas has not been Texas of old. So to have Alabama come in and play them like that, that wasn't credit due to Texas. That was just Alabama got a lot of holes and they better fix it real soon.
Elmo.
Okay.
Elmo.
What's up?
Hey, bro. They'll do the same thing to Georgia too, man. They man tripping.
Georgia got a better defense.
And offense.
Yeah. And listen, Steve Sarkisian came from Alabama now, so he's building.
I'm gonna tell you what I see, Mo. On Bama, y'all ain't got y'all receiving core ain't really like it been in the past couple of years.
Receivers, you don't have not one Alabama receiver that just standing out.
Yeah, that can take the top off. That and that was a part of y'all offense where y'all had that scared a lot of teams that they can take that and take that top off and blow them out. I just ain't seen it.
Man, Lenny, don't that sound familiar from early in the broadcast?
It does.
Deja vu.
They top receiver was a transfer running back from the Georgia Tech.
Oh yeah, but what the name is it? Gibbs or some? I know who you talking about though. I can't think of it.
Gibbs was their lead receiver.
They thought their top receiver was gonna be Jermaine Burton.
You know
what? I ain't even finna get into this with y'all guys. See y'all at the net. Just meet me at the net. Just meet me at the net. That's all I'm saying. Meet me at the net.
I know you stay. Y'all don't go. I know you stay if y'all don't go now. I know you stay.
He gonna be there with his Georgia Bulldogs stuff. I'm saying I've been a Bulldog fan.
But I will say this. I'm just gonna tell y'all this. If you're a fan of college,
come on now, Shawty.
If you're a fan of college football, especially SEC football, every Monday if you go to YouTube, there's a channel called SEC Shorts.
Oh my
and
God.
they put out a skit every Monday, and they are hilarious. So I'm just telling y'all, on Monday, go and check and see what they got. They put out one today and it was hilarious. And if you want to go back, because they've been doing it for a long time, when you go back and watch those videos, they crack me up every time.
Man, ain't nothing like when Hope broke up with you.
This is your Friday Night Lights podcast show.
Yeah. Checking in one time for your mind. Stay tuned for your Friday Night Lights every Monday and Wednesday night.
This is your Friday Night Lights podcast show.
What is the commercial when you talk about the Crimson Tide?
Well, I can't do nothing but laugh at that. At that one.
Yes.
Welcome to Perry Panthers coach. Welcome over to the broadcast. What's going on, coach?
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good.
How you doing, Coach?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Nice to meet you.
You don't met him already. He signed hype today. He ready for Friday night, ain't he?
Yeah, I am, but I couldn't hear you very well, so I thought I was like muted or something. So
no, you good.
Talking loud.
Who did Devo?
Yeah, that Devo, yo.
What's going on?
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much, man. Y'all ready for this week? I know we had y'all early this year. You say you're taking 1 week at a time. Well, Coach, guess what? It's that week.
It's here. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I know everybody on the podcast is excited for it.
Yes, sir. Man, big ups to the Perry Panthers this year so far, man. Impressive wins against Jones and veterans. Great game against Hoko. You know, y'all let that slip away from you.
Yeah.
But, you know, we really looking forward to seeing what goes down Friday night, not just as a Peach County fan, a fan of football with two great teams matching up, man. I think it'll be a good game and a good show for everybody.
I think so too. I do too. It's we have been playing pretty good, you know, and then in the Hoko game, I mean, we just came up a little short. You know, we probably could have made one more play here or there and won that. But yeah, we're excited about Peach coming up. They're a good team, so we're excited. Should be a good atmosphere, playoff atmosphere in September.
Yes, sir. Well, let Eddie Geary and Pat Watkins know that, then, because you know the way they talking, it's supposed to just be a runoff.
Oh. I mean, obviously, I hope so, but I'm preparing for 4 quarters.
Yes, sir. So, how's Coach Smith, man? I heard some things that went on. You know, let him know that he's in our prayers. I did tell the guys to pass it on to him. I hope everything is fine there.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So, actually, the week of the Hoko game, his father passed away that Sunday. So he actually missed the whole week of practice. You know, helping his mom with funeral arrangements and things like that. So I don't know, you know, part of me likes to think that him not being there might have been worth 1 point, you know.
Yes, sir.
So that was a rough week for us and him, obviously, but he's kind of getting back into a rhythm now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And the facility down there, man, I see they almost done with the field house, man. I got to say, one of the best facilities in Middle Georgia has been built over there in Perry. Everything is looking good. I know they got the kids excited about having, you know, the new field house. When do you all think it'll be open?
That's a great question. You know, when they proposed it was actually supposed to be ready by the time school started. Mm-hmm. And they never got started on it because there was a rebarb shortage.
Yeah.
And then now they're waiting on some sort of cooling part for the inside. So, I mean, I don't know. It looks good, though, on the outside.
It does. But let the boys tell it, y'all got ice tubs and big screen TVs and everything in there. So I guess we're going to have to wait to see when they get unveiled.
Yeah, I'm hoping we'll have it in the next, you know, couple months. But I'm not – I mean, last thing on my mind right now. It'll look good Friday night, though, I think.
Yeah, I sure wish we was able to go in there so we can be the first team to beat you all in your new field house tomorrow, you know.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Nah, I won't be ready this week. I'm thinking, you know, by the playoffs, hopefully, but truthfully, I really don't know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, Coach, we've been doing a lot of players of the week and things on our show, which we've implemented into our podcast now. Again, we knew what kind of quarterback you had in Omar Gordon. I think Demetri Carter has really took a step up from last year, running the ball well. A couple of your receivers have stepped up. You know, we knew what you had in Dakari Anderson and things like that. But who are you expecting to step on the field and make an impact in this game? Because I know, in speaking with a couple of other coaches, they always looking for that one unsung hero that can be the determined factor for a win or a loss. You got anybody in mind that can be that for you come this Friday?
Well, I think offensively, you know, we have the kind of the big three that we talked about. I guess I was on back in July with Demetrius and Dakari and our quarterback Armar. I think when those three are going, we're pretty good on offense. And so far, knock on wood, they've been doing that. And then we've had a couple of sophomores kind of step up. And I think one of the big ones is Kiel Sparks. You know, the stats wouldn't show it because the other three have been dominating the stats offensively. But, I mean, he had a couple big catches against veterans the other night, and he blocks really well. And he is somebody I'm very excited about over the next couple of years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know Pettigrew and those guys are also making it for themselves.
Pettigrew's had a couple big catches, and Rodarius Lewis and all those guys. They're all sophomores. They're all they've all played a bunch.
Yes, sir. Now the first game, wow. Amar Gordon, 6 touchdowns, 370 something yards, if I'm correct. Like, I think in 3 games now, he's about 11 or 12 touchdowns on the season.
Yeah, I think he's got 10 passing touchdowns and he has 1 rushing touchdown, I believe, and no interceptions, which is huge.
Yeah.
So 10 touchdowns, no interceptions. I think he's a little over 700 yards passing. He's just so good, man. He's just calm and cool, and he just, and against Hoko, since that's what you brought up, he had 3 incompletions and 2 of those were drops, and 1 he threw it away. So I mean, he's super accurate with football.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Last week he was a candidate for Player of the Week.
Yep. Last week he now was that against Jones or Veterans?
It was against Jones.
Jones, yeah, he had 3 touchdowns. Now his yards weren't there, but shout out to our defense. I mean, we got the ball pretty much on their side of the field every time we got it, so it's kind of tough to build up a bunch of yards.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because this group we don't start making Player of the Week, so and we've been looking for different people to send in stats for players to be nominated for Player of the Week.
Okay, yeah, I'll start sending them in. That's not a problem at all. I should have sent in our running back this week. He had almost 200 yards rushing.
Yards.
Oh, yeah, you can. You can send it to the email.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Not to mention the player of the night with that run over for a 60-some yard touchdown.
Yes.
I don't know if you all saw that, but Demetri Carter, running back for Perry High School, takes the handoff, completely runs over a defender, linebacker, if I'm not mistaken, and continue to run on for 60-some yards for the touchdown. So,
oh my goodness!
Yeah, he had the Recruit Georgia thing on Twitter has him as one of the top candidates too for Play of the Week, and it was a great play. It was a great play.
Number 30, right?
No, he's number 6.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Jess, give him the email address.
Okay.
All right, Coach, you ready?
Yes.
Okay. It is Sports Talk Friday Night Lights at gmail.com.
Okay.
So there's an S behind sports.
Okay.
And there's an S behind lights.
All right, I got it.
Hey, Coach, I saw how the Houston County BOE like to ban people from the school, because I had an idea of coming down, putting a Trojan cape on the Panther statue there, but I don't want to get banned from Perry High School.
Yeah, I don't know. They probably wouldn't allow that, but I mean, I definitely like where your head's at for sure.
Yeah, before you came over, Coach, it happened a couple of years back, man. It was hilarious all over social media with the Trojan helmet and things on the Perry Panther statue there.
I bet that was really cool. Now, I'll tell you, I was happy to see, or happy, I don't know. I was looking forward to the Jones County, Peach County game to kind of see how we stacked up, just kind of comparing scores. And, I mean, y'all blew them out as well. So, I mean, I think it's going to be a good game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That, I'm kind of shocked that Jones kind of, I thought they'd bounce back a little better after our game. So I was kind of surprised by that.
Considering how they did against Northside, I was surprised as well.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I mean, I thought they were a good team, and I still think they're a good team. I thought that they would have had a better showing against you guys, with a little pride or something. It's just my thought.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't know.
Well, Coach, how many after the Peach County game, you go into region play?
We do.
Oh, wow. And you open up the region with?
I believe it's either Howard or Westside. I have to look. I wasn't lying when I told you I'd take it a week at a time. I know it's one of those schools. I think it's Westside.
Wow.
And they're 4-0, I think, if I recall. I have been keeping up with that. So should be a good start to the region. I think be a good game starting right off.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Westside do have a stud freshman quarterback over there that's been slanging it all around the field. So really be looking forward to you all opening region with them. I think you two should be the most dominant team in that region.
Probably so. I mean, they they were really young last year, so I would imagine, assuming, I haven't started looking at their roster, but I would imagine they've returned a lot of their players from last year, so that'll bode well for them.
If I can chime in real fast.
Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, real fast. You guys open up against Howard on September 30th, which is supposed to be your homecoming.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I knew it was one of the Macon schools that we played first. I just didn't know. I mean, like I said, I try to go a week at a time.
Hey, Coach, I got one more question. Then I think I yield my questions to the panel if they have any.
Yeah.
Coach, why y'all ain't scheduled Peach County for your homecoming?
Well, I think it's only our second home game, so we got to get a couple games in before we have a homecoming game.
Okay, Coach.
Good answer. We have a question from the audience.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Where do you see your team in your region, and what is your expectation for the playoffs?
Well, truthfully, I think we can win the region again. I mean, I think everybody associated with our team thinks that. I mean, pretty much, I think if you're coaching and playing, you expect to do that every year. But I really realistically think we have a shot to win the region again, especially as long as we stay healthy. And then as far as the playoffs, the last 2 years we've got put out in the third round. So I would really like to play past Thanksgiving. When we first got to Perry, it was, hey, we want to make the playoffs. And then we did that, and it was like, okay, we want to play on Thanksgiving, and now that's just the norm. The first year we made the playoffs, and I think our kids were just happy to be there, and now it's we're playing on Thanksgiving. You can go ahead and just mark it down. You don't have plans but to play football on Thanksgiving. So now we'd like to take the next step in the playoffs.
Okay.
Which, with this crew, I think we can.
Yes, sir.
I think it can happen. I mean, I've only seen you all once. I saw you in the scrimmage, but from what I saw, I was quite impressed, especially the way your ability to make big plays. I was impressed with that.
Well, appreciate it. And that's the north side scrimmage. Yeah, we finally got going, right before the weather got us. I wish we could have finished that one out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Alec Good kind of was glad that rain came on, so he called there to actually be close. We saw the momentum shift. We hit the gears then.
Mm-hmm. We did, and leaving the stadium, we noticed that the Northside fans were not pleased, but the Perry fans were giddy.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of started, like I said, we started off a little slow, but once we kind of got our rhythm, I think, I mean, we were ready to finish that thing. I think we could have scored more points in the end.
Mm-hmm. Y'all were really cheesing. I said, oh, they are so happy.
I was upset though, because I knew we had a bye week the next week. So I really wanted to get a few more snaps under our belt.
Yes, sir.
We got another question from the audience. Are there any teams in 4A that you're keeping your eye on?
Yeah, I was looking, at Benedictine. They won it last year, and they're, obviously doing still really well. I did see they lost to Ware, but Ware's always a good team, so I knew that'd be a good game. And then, I think Cedartown, that's who beat us last year, and so I've just been kind of keeping an eye on them too.
They're very good.
Outside of that, I've just been kind of, I'll scroll the top 10 or so just to see how everybody's doing. But those are kind of the two I like to see what they're doing. And then I saw the next question: how good is Hoko? I think on offense, man, they are really good on offense. They're going to play really fast, and they're going to run it right down the middle, and then then they're going to throw it deep. And their quarterback can do it, and they got some receivers that can run and go catch it. Defensively, I think they had some injuries when they played us, so I don't. I like to think we're really good on offense, so don't hold that game against them on defense. But I do think that they had a guy or two hurt. I think when they play in their region, you'll see how you'll see. I mean, they have good teams.
He asked. I think that's why he asked. That's a Thomas County Central fan. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think that'll the Thomas County Central game, I would imagine will look a lot like our game did. I mean, I think Thomas County Central is really good on offense.
Yes.
So I think it'll probably be a shootout, would be my guess.
Okay. Good stuff.
Good stuff, Coach. Good stuff.
But
shout out Xavier Gary, Coach, stepping in and holding that position down for you.
Yeah, that was huge. You know, actually our offensive line's a strong point for us, I think. And our starting center went out, and he was a 3-year starter for us. And so he went out against Jones, and Xavier stepped in against Jones and finished the game off. And then he started against veterans and played, and he did fine. I mean, we won the game, and he played well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I have a question for you, Coach.
Yeah.
What is the atmosphere in practice going into this week's game?
Our kids are excited. You know, we schedule. I will say this: our kids over the last year or two have become really good practice players, which is nice. But they're excited. Anytime you line up like against a good team, there's gonna be a little extra juice. And so fortunate for us, the last 3 weeks they've had a little bit of juice. But yeah, there's a little added, bit there, because they know a lot of kids from Peach County and vice versa. So I mean, we had a good practice today.
A lot of them came from were born and raised in Peach, but it wasn't nothing here, so they had to move somewhere else. So
yeah.
Put it out there, Mo.
You're welcome, Coach. You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
So, what would your prediction on Friday night be? What would your prediction be?
I'm just into a corner there, huh?
No.
I mean, obviously, I got faith in our guys. I mean, I think if we do what we're supposed to do, then it'll be a good game. That's what I'll say.
Oh my goodness! Are you thinking about becoming a politician when you retire?
No, but I just I don't want anything to get taken out of context.
Yeah, very smart. No bulletin board material.
I'll see on the news tomorrow that Perry coach said they're going to destroy Peach.
No, we ain't gonna take it to the news now. But the thing about it is, in this group, that Perry and Peach game is the marquee matchup. Well, the EP's marquee matchup. You know what I mean? So
I get it. I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
I'm excited too.
And we had a bunch of people there for the veterans game, and it was a really good atmosphere. So I'd like to think it's going to be the same this Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, it will be. You'll see a whole bunch of black on the other side.
But we had a blackout. Perry did a blackout this past Friday.
Oh wow!
So maybe something different this Friday.
I just hope that we don't stump on that Panther like y'all stumped on that P in the scrimmage game last week.
Hey, those kids have graduated.
Yeah.
Those were seniors.
The two that did that are both gone.
And those kids, man, that was their attitude. They didn't care. So they showed it on the field. They were great athletes, like I tell the guys, we looked at that and kind of shrugged it off. But I don't think it'll be a retaliation thing or nothing like that.
No, I think, and our team this year, not that they were low class last year, but we've got a really high character team this year, which is, it makes it a joy to come to practice every day.
Yeah.
Y'all might need to get some extra bleachers and have it.
I know. Well, and they had to do that for when we played in the playoffs. They bring the extra bleachers in, so I'm sure that they've talked about it.
Yeah, and they need to have like a little place for our podcast, so we can be there
that's
hosting live.
Cool.
Huh?
Which I got to get with Dr. Billings because I don't have the media pass, Coach, but I do get field access to all of the games that I've been attending to kind of report for the podcast and snap pictures and all.
Yeah.
So I need to get with Dr. Billings and see if I can get that pass for this Friday.
Yeah, no doubt. Do it. And I'm sure if you've been doing it, like at Peach, I'm sure, y'all's athletic director too could probably just tell him, do it. I mean, Dr. Billings, I'm sure will handle it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, Coach, I just want to say this, and I say this to every coach that comes on. I just want to say thank you for what you do I understand. My dad was a coach, so I'm a coach's daughter. So I understand the commitment that you put into what you do. You're getting up early in the morning, you leave you're getting home late at night, sacrificing time with your family to pour into these young gentlemen. And I just want to say that I appreciate that. And I thank you as just from a human standpoint, thank you for what you do.
Well, I appreciate that. I really do. A lot of people, I tell you, on that note, I had to go, I take our 9th grade team, like if they have to travel, because I can drive a bus. And I took them to a game last week, and refs didn't show up. So I stepped into ref. And I see why there's a ref shortage, because I was getting killed by the fans. And by Perry's fans, I was getting killed. I thought I was going to need security getting out of there at a 9th grade.
Wow.
So I appreciate it, because sometimes it does go unnoticed.
Yes, sir.
Well, I certainly appreciate it, and I know what you do, and the sacrifice, and the lack of sleep, and the lack of time that you do. You take, and shout out to your family, because they're unsung heroes too. So
they are, no doubt.
Yep. And like I told you, Coach, just bring little man on over to Peach County when he's ready to play some ball.
All right.
Anything else for Coach?
No, I said what I had to say. I just thank you for coming on and taking your time. That's the other thing. You do so much, and then you come on. It's 8:30 at night, and you're coming to talk to us. So we appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Not a problem.
We appreciate you for your time, Coach.
Yeah, of course. That's part of it.
Good luck on Friday, Coach. As a football fan, like I said, I don't think you are needed. I think it'll be a good game. Best team will win. As a Peach County fan, Coach, you're going to need some luck Friday, Coach.
I always will take luck if it'll be given to me.
Yes, sir.
So, all right. Well, yeah, thank you. And I think if you enjoy football, this is going to be the game to be at now.
Yes, sir.
Oh, one last thing, Coach.
Yeah.
It came from a panelist. She's just in the audience, but she said we're going to have a wives' corner segment, and we would love to have your wife on to speak with us sometime. So if she's down, we would love to talk to her too.
Okay. Yeah, I'll tell her. I'm sure she won't mind.
Okay. Well, we appreciate her and you.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
All right, Coach. You enjoy your night. We look to see you Friday.
Oh, too. I enjoy listening to the show, by the way. Every time I see it pop up, I watch. So
thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Hey, we still want to get Coach Smith on also.
Okay. All right. He's a lot busier than I am. He was still at school when I left, but I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I understand. Hey, and big ups, man. Donovan played a great game. The last Saturday we went up to watch him in Clarksville, man, and he did well last week also. So
awesome. I'm glad. I'm telling you, the sky's the limit for him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, Coach. We'll talk with you later, man.
Yep. Good luck.
Yes, sir. That's a good dude, man. Coach Devo, that's a good dude.
Yeah, he seems like a really nice guy. I really enjoyed speaking with him.
And I know Coach said he's listening, so I didn't want to mention this while he was on, but I joke with the Perry Panther fans all the time because Coach Devo is their offensive coordinator, and my mindset is he's an offensive guru. He know how to get the ball in his playmakers' hands. His uncle, who was the head coach of Cairo, who's now coaching in Alabama, if I'm not mistaken. I would love to see Coach Devo take a head coach job down in Cairo somewhere and get out of Perry. So we don't have to contend with him when these regions get smaller and might end up in the region with Perry.
I know. It's probably coming. What is 2024, 2026, or is it 2024?
2025. It'll be 2022 and 2023. Yeah, so 2024 year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Yeah.
Good stuff, EP. Good stuff, EP.
Going down to Grady County. They need you.
My brother. Appreciate you, my brother.
Good job, guys. Okay. All right. It's Mike said NFL football, Seattle 7, Denver 3. in the first quarter.
Wow. Seattle's gonna make a game out of it.
It's a little pride there. So
yeah, that's what I imagine.
I'm trying to remember when the last time Peach County and Perry played, and it counted. I'm trying to remember. It's been a minute.
What do you mean counted with regard to region play or just in regular season?
Just regular season. It's been a minute.
It's been about 4 or 5 years. It was actually Coach Smith and Devo's first year at Perry.
Okay.
They came down to Peach. And I remember it like yesterday because Pat Watkins, the one that be talking, his son, Jay Watkins, was playing running back. And he's an excellent running back. He broke out for about 70 yards on Peach. They go up 7-0, and I think that was about the only touchdown they got that game.
Let's what was I fixing to say? Oh, speaking of him, when is he coming on? I need to cut him out in person.
Well, I reached out to him and he said that he had practice. So he said he's gonna try to come on, but he had practice. So
that's why I said, man, Pat Watkins, he talk a lot. He's Perry through and through. He's about like we are about Peach County. He's very passionate, but he's a great guy. He's always in the community. He coached rec football, rec basketball, traveling basketball, and all. He's a real good guy and spend time with those kids. Wilbur, Jessica, who you met, Eddie Gary, like, them guys. I credit those type guys along with that coaching staff that has turned the Perry program around. And I will always be a Peach County Trojan. I think Peach will always be able to beat Perry, but I'm glad to see Perry turning that program around. It makes better competition and more focus on the Middle Georgia area. Because when I'm not cheering Peach County, better believe I cheer Middle Georgia through and through.
I cheer everybody but them, but maybe I'll start because I like the coach. I like coach. So maybe I'll start. That goes against my nature. That's like me cheering for Albany State, but I've done that before too. So I guess I can start doing it for Perry.
Hey, you see what your brother said, right?
What did he say? He said, I'll never forgive them. I know that's right, brother. Thank you for reminding me. No, messed up my brother's senior year. Maybe one day he'll get on here and he'll tell y'all the story.
Well, I'm familiar with it. I don't know if everybody else. So maybe we can get T.A. Bone and let us know what's going on there.
And he can tell you about the their last game against Dublin and how that melee started.
And y'all pay attention to the comments that my sister just posted because you will be having a sound bite coming to you. Just letting y'all know that that's pure bull sugar.
It's like
bull sugar.
It's like when I used to work at Walmart or whatever in Perry, and Peach County used to play Perry. They used to tell me to make sure them boys cut their mustaches out because they gonna check their they gonna check their birth certificate before they play.
I got a friend in Perry. Her son plays for Perry, and I told her, I said, Peach and Perry playing this year. She talking about, oh no, I'm taking him off the team. The boy down there in Fort Valley too big for my son to be.
They said them boy have full beards in high school.
But I tell you what, they if they win, they're gonna act like it's the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, you already know what they did to the P off of a 2-quarter scrimmage game. They thought they had won the state championship. I'm still waiting on the rings to get delivered. The Perry Panthers off that.
That's hilarious.
They say that we have boys that's supposed to graduate 3-4 years ago still on the team when we play Perry.
Well, that's what that helps them feel better.
It feel like that with the way that thrashing be put on them.
Because they scary Perry.
But what other good games going on Friday night?
Well, we did talk about the Cedar Grove Mill Creek game. I think Northside traveled up to North Cobb, and I think that's going to be a pretty good game.
Yeah.
That's about the one that those are about the only two that I know that I'm kind of watching on.
All right.
I got to make sure I do this right before I say what I'm gonna say. Okay. How I'm gonna say that? I'm trying to see. Now I'm gonna wait and just say it after the game Friday. I do that. I keep my comments.
Okay.
I keep my comments.
All right. Well, anyway, just let y'all know some good games coming up this weekend.
Listen to him anyway.
You got Princess Ave at Elka this weekend. You got Bainbridge playing Brooks County this weekend.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Yep. LaGrange playing Stars Mill. Warner Robinson playing Dutchtown. And Marist playing Blessed Trinity. You got Rockmart playing Irvin County. And Whitewater playing Troop. So you got some good games out there.
Northeast is playing Ace too, I think, right?
Yeah.
I think
that Irvin County having to travel all the way up to Rockmart is going to be a little bit too much for them.
In the word of Shane, all them games are bullshit.
Whatever. Now, since we take man, let me get this in since I couldn't share my screen today.
Well, that's
because I couldn't share my screen, so I need to get this in and recognize them folks for their contribution this past weekend. So the Wizard is off and busy today, but he did want me to relay on and say congratulations to Jabo, Jeremy Williams, and Terrence Rawls for going 7 out of 10 this past week and beating him on the pick'ems for week 4. The reason we got a 3-way tie is because obviously the tiebreaker game did not go down because it got canceled between Calvary Day and Frederica Academy.
I wonder why though.
The weather.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are on the coast.
Yeah. So we couldn't come up with a clear, decisive winner, so just left it as is, 7 out of 10. Congratulations to all 3.
Congratulations. You shut the Wizard up for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, but the Wizard did want me to pass along, though. He did want me to pass along. Even though he might have lost in the pick'ems, his overall record for this past week, he did go 51-12 for an 81%, for 81% on picking games this week. And he currently has a season record of 205 with 66 losses for a 76% correction of picking games on the season so far.
Okay, I see why they're calling him the Wizard.
Well, if the Wizard would have just picked Peach County over Jones, he probably would have been all right.
Well, if Jones County
closer to 80%.
If Jones County would have showed up like they were supposed to.
It's time for a commercial break.
This is your Friday Night Lights podcast show.
Yeah. Checking in one time for your mind. Stay tuned for your Friday Night Lights every Monday and Wednesday night.
This is your Friday Night Lights podcast show.
Okay. Oh, we got a bunch of questions.
Yeah, I was going to tell you it's time for you to do that on segment. Comment segment.
Okay, so I'll start here. Because these came in like gangbangers. Holly Myers asked, what do y'all think about what Valdosta did to Warner Robins? Any comment?
I spoke that before the game. I said, with the way Warner Robins did Valdosta last year, I thought Valdosta would come in with a chip on their shoulder. So it was expected from me.
Okay. And is Northeast Macon really that solid? I think so.
Y'all?
I think so.
About their losses, they lose. They go down. They have Fitzgerald at their place, and gave them everything they wanted. Did what they did to Carver, Columbus. Like Northeast is really that good.
I think so. The next question: has Mary Persons been flying under the radar? Haven't heard much about them.
Well, they back in the top 10 this year. I mean, this week. So.
And EP did have a Mary Person coach on who kind of told us what that offense was looking like. So I expect Mary Person to be okay. They are flying under the radar because they're not in the spotlight. I think now taking that top 10 ranking will probably get a bullseye on them. But I expect them to do well this year.
T. Abe says, looking at the film, going back to Valdosta and Warner Robins, Valdosta control both lines of scrimmage.
Yeah, and it's hard to believe with one of the top defensive linemen in this country, left off the state, and Vic Burley. That's hard to believe, but Valdosta also has a great defensive line and offensive line also. So, again, I think Warner Robins will be okay. They're trying to find themselves with all the departures from graduates as well as coaching staff. But Valdosta was going to be ready to play.
I believe that. And this question was posed in the other group, and I thought about it. Speaking of Valdosta in 7A, the question was, do you see an all-South 7A state championship? Well, it depends on how the brackets go.
Yeah.
Number one and number two, Beaufort is going to Beaufort. So
yeah, and unfortunately, Colquitt and Valdosta will probably not be able to play. It all depends on how they match up. I mean, if they 1 and 2 in the region, you can easily see them getting there. But I don't think. No, I think they still would meet in the in the semis if they did.
Who's gonna beat Grayson and Beaufort?
I'm just saying, if it was to happen, they would meet in the semis. I don't think they are. When I looked at it, because I saw that question, Jess, I think they would be on the same side of the bracket.
Oh, so they wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, 178 and 278, I think, are top left and bottom left.
I mean, they got the same brackets that we got.
Yeah.
So, but my biggest thing is, and I heard that question and saw that earlier today. I'm like, why is everybody in 7A forgetting about Grayson?
I sure forgot about him. I'm going to tell you I did. I didn't think anything of him because I've been thinking about Collins Hill and Beaufort and Valdosta.
Yeah. Well, all you got to do is look at the rankings, and you will see Grayson is still Grayson.
Yeah. What is Carter? Is Cartersville 5A?
They are.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. You don't have to tell us. Colquitt is good. Peace County knows they're good. We know. I think one of them could make it. That'd be interesting.
Ahead of ourselves now. I said Valdosta is okay. They had a chip on their shoulder with Warner Robins, but that region is Colquitt. Like, let's be real.
It is. I think so.
Yeah.
T. Abe said Vic Burley was not stopped. He was a victim of their coaching plan.
New defensive coordinator down there, I can see that. I haven't looked at any film, but I know who Vic Burley is. Vic Burley gonna be Vic Burley on every play.
Play.
To make an impact, it had to be something, and I can understand T. Abe saying the coaching strategy.
And Valdosta has a young quarterback. Okay. Well, y'all, it's hard to believe, but we are almost halfway through the regular season.
Yeah.
We have been anticipating this season, and we're almost halfway through the regular season. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun.
And it does.
So I see. But a couple of surprises, but for the most part, things have gone how y'all said they would. Because I don't predict. That's not my ministry. But based on what you guys say, y'all might know what you're talking about a little bit. Shout out to you, my panel members. Shout out.
I appreciate that. If nobody else take credit for it, I will.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It will be an interesting next few weeks, Miss Shan. It surely will. Region play is right around the corner. That's right, big brother. Region play is right around the corner. So, and now with do we go to does Peach County go to married persons?
No, married persons come to us this year.
Okay, because I can't remember. I do think I saw my season ticket say married persons. I couldn't remember.
We'll be hosting married persons, and Upson Lee will be traveling to Jackson and Pike.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's gonna hope that might be a interesting game. I think Peach will prevail, but Deuce is still toting that thing like that's his year. Who is Deuce, Holly? And am I saying your name right? Who is Deuce? Well. Oh, that Jackson game will be. Oh, the running back from Mary. That's right. The one that should be playing here. Yeah, that's his name.
Duke Watson.
Duke.
Yeah, Duke Watson.
Yeah, the one that should be playing off of Highway 49. But I'm gonna let it go.
Let that go. And yeah, Shadonna, that Jackson game, I am afraid of that game. I made a statement earlier about having a home game and having a home game with home cooking. There's a difference. There's definitely a lot of home cooking in Jackson, and I ain't talking about the local big chick.
A lot of it, and they already got a chip on their shoulder because they felt like they were robbed last year. So it's gonna be real interesting in Jackson. It's gonna be real interesting in Jackson. I won't be able to see that one, but
I'll keep rubbing it in. I told you.
No, that's because I'll be in Columbus. Because of the game the next day.
Oh my God! So for the classic, you going that?
Oh, we don't play. We go down Friday night. And we start tailgating at about, we get out there about 7, 8. We have
what game?
The Fountain City Classic for Valley State versus Albany.
Oh yeah,
State.
that November. Matter of fact, dang, but I just thought about it. I'm gonna be gone Thursday, cause I booked the hotel down there.
Oh yeah, so I don't know if my panel members are busy or not, but you're more than welcome to come tailgate with us. We'll be there all day.
Well, you're gonna have to give me a number, cause I'm gonna be down there.
Hey, okay. I want to see you mule chasing in Columbus.
I be quiet. I don't mule chase. I'm with my family. We go out there, we have breakfast, we hang out, I don't know. Have y'all been to the Classic? When is the last time y'all been?
It's been a while since I've been.
It is huge. It's a lot. It's people from sea to sea. I'm anticipating a good game this year. Fort Valley's looking good so far. Albany was picked to win the conference, or the Eastern.
I had to go see a man about a mule.
Y'all holler when y'all come down. I'll show you some hospitality as well. All right, J-Bo. So, you know, if y'all any of y'all want to come down to Columbus and hang out and tailgate with me and T. Abe and the rest of the Abrams crew, you are more than welcome. Just bring yourself.
Appreciate.
Well, I make sure y'all get my number, cause like I said, I'm gonna be down. I already don't book my
I had to go see a man about a mule.
There ain't no.
Tune in.
Maurice.
So after I leave Jackson on Friday, I'll drive up, pick up Thirsty Rollins, and then we'll come down Friday night and stay and watch the classic with y'all Saturday. How about that, Thursday?
I would love that. Love that.
Why you going live? So I can at least catch the game?
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, y'all come on, y'all, and you don't have to bring your extras, but if you because we'll have that there. But if you want to bring your extra, you bring that too.
So y'all gonna have Muse there?
What do you mean? We have about anything you need.
Okay.
Don't get no room on the south side though. I get mine off of East Bradley. Is that good, J-Bo? Yeah, we off of East Bradley place. Yeah.
I'm down from the other end of the stadium.
Oh, there you go, Shane. I might be gone for the weekend or relocated by then. Now that's who rubbing it in.
Look at her.
She the one rubbing it in. Well, hopefully not. And maybe or right before you gotta go. So, you know, that'll be your last hurrah. You come hang with me before you leave me. How about that? How about that, sis? So, well, that's good. I'm glad we got some. Y'all come watch the classic with me. I would love that. Well, it's been a great show tonight.
It wasn't getting no room on the south side.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, I already, like I say, I don't go nowhere without my baby, so I got 2 clips, 13. I was getting up out of there.
So crazy. Well, like I said, this has been an excellent show tonight. Y'all got anything else to say?
Arrow.
What's up, brother?
It's the wrong place to say such things that certain nigga. Saying stuff like that, you know what I mean? People be looking, people be watching. He don't mean what he say.
He mean his real baby.
Forget him. He knows not what they do. Like Shan said, which one? Baby mama.
I'm gonna just leave it at baby. That's all. I'm gonna leave it at baby. That's all.
That's so funny.
Real quick though, I'm gonna jump off, y'all. I know the show's gonna end. I won't have any closing remarks. I'll let y'all handle that as far as closing. EP, good show, man, as always, producing for us. Just way to lead today, babe. Really was a good job. Great interview, Coach Devo. Look forward to seeing y'all on Friday. I just got somber news. Y'all know that my brother's wife passed, so we'll be laying her to rest tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump off so I can kind of get myself together for tomorrow.
All right.
I will put y'all on Wednesday.
We praying for you, brother.
Praying for y'all.
Appreciate it, sis.
Love you, cool.
All right.
All right, go ahead and close us out, Jess.
All right. Just piggybacking off what my brother Jimmy Wayne said, we have had an excellent show today. We want to thank all of you all who participated. We want to especially thank the coach from Perry
for coming on and just giving a great interview and just being open with us. Thank you to all my panel guests. I want to remind you all that please send in your nominations for Players of the Week. It's due by tomorrow at 7, I think. But please email your nomination Wednesday by 7. Please submit your nominations, not just the name, their stats as well, so that we can so people will have a frame of reference. Send the request to Sports Talk Friday Night Lights at gmail.com. Again, that's Sports Talk Friday Night Lights at gmail.com. There's an S behind sport and there's an S behind lights. Please send that. We will be putting up the Pick'em games for the week. So please join in and see if you can beat the Wiz, because the Wizard swears he knows everything. So just go ahead and try to shut him up real quick. Wednesday will be a very good show. We have a lot in store for you. We want to hear from a few fans. We might have a few more interviews, and we will talk about the predictions for this week's game. And that's I'm sure the Wizard is gonna ruffle a few feathers like he always does with his predictions. So we'll have that. We'll have that for you. If there's nothing else, y'all take it easy. Have a great night.
If you don't email Stacks, and if we pick them ourselves, just take it on the chin. Just keep it moving. Shots fired.
J-Bo.
With that being said, make sure you get them in, because if not, we will find them ourselves and pick them ourselves. So just shots fired.
Yeah, just send in your stats, and we want to spread the wealth and acknowledge these kids, because it's a lot to play football, go to practice, play football, and keep your grades up. So, and then excel on the field and off. So,
Scholar athlete.
Yeah, scholar athlete. I love them.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
This is your Friday Night Lights podcast show.
Yo, checking in one time for your mind. Stay tuned for your Friday Night Lights every Monday, Wednesday night.
This is your Friday Night Lights podcast show.
I have to go see a man about a minute.
And you better not lose.